It's a good day to craft. Creative Juice by Lonnie here with you, ready to do a little bit of crafting as we do every Monday here on my YouTube channel or on my Facebook page as well. So we are at the end of celebration. So I was cleaning up all of the designer series paper that I'd earned. I thought I would share a couple of, well, one cute, really quick idea for a peekaboo pocket card. Let me show you this sample. Here you go. I hope you can see that. This is our cute little peekaboo pocket card that is super simple to make. So this is what you're going to need. You will need an envelope and some cardstock, and then a piece of ribbon that might match those papers, those colors in your paper, and some ink and a punch. All right, let's get started. Let me show you. This is really super easy. So I am going to adjust my picture here and hopefully add us to it. Add, here we go. There you go. Now you can see both, right? Hopefully we'll be able to get, maybe. Yay, we're ready to do it. We're ready to do it. We have just scraps left over. So there were some beautiful designer series paper that you may have seen or you may have collected. Tell me, did you get any of the celebration items yet? Did you have you gotten any of the designer series paper? Because yes, it's gorgeous. All right, we've got all of our stamps. We've used our owls and our carrots. The Dainty Designs Dainty Flowers designer series paper is gone, but there are still plenty. There's plenty. Well, not plenty. I don't know how much there is, but the Day at the Farm paper is available. The Favored Flowers, last I checked, that's what we're going to use today. This Favored Flowers paper, gorgeous. You're going to have so much fun using it. And then Dandy Designs. But you can use this idea with any of the products you already have on hand. So the first thing you're going to do is I've taken a piece of quarter sheet of black cardstock and layered it with some white cardstock. That's going to be the inside of our card. And then here is the envelope. Let's lick and stick it. That's the first thing. Whoa, just hold on there. Don't knock over your camera or your phone in this case. Make sure I get it all tightened up because it looks like it's a little bit wonky. Pardon me. Okay, so we've lick and stick your envelope. We're going to cut off one end of it. This time I'm going to cut it off at about, because this envelope is 5 3/4. We're going to just cut off like 1/8 of an inch, just a teeny tiny bit on one end. Now you have a pocket. Look at that. It's a pocket ready to go. Throw away that little piece. I want to decorate the front of this pocket, and I actually used a little piece of my Dainty Designs, Dainty Flowers designer series paper. Wow, that's a mouthful, isn't it? But I used it because I ran out of the fresh freesia that was in this packet, because I'm actually using that paper to use for my swaps for our Stamp Fest this weekend. But I had just a couple of pieces with these beautiful flowers and didn't want to waste it. So the next thing I'm going to do is make a little belly band. And I want to, no, that's not the next thing I'm going to do. The next thing I'm going to do is take a punch. And I'm using this Lovely Label, I think is what it's called, Lovely Label punch. And I'm going to punch down at the unsealed. This side is unsealed. This is the open end of my pocket. I'm going to punch it towards the side. This is going to be the peekaboo part. You may want to keep this little piece. You could use that as a label. This side you may not be able to use because it's probably part of your flap on the back of your envelope. But I've just punched all the way through my envelope, and I'm going to turn it around and punch just a little bit on the top of my envelope, the open end, and I've lined it up here so that when I punch, it's just a little edge like that. So you've got a pocket with a hole in it. It's not going to hold much right now. Oh, looks like I need to do put a little adhesive on the back right here where my flap is not adhered. I do want it to adhere down. There you go. Got a hole punch. Simple, right? All right, nobody's told me if they have earned any of this beautiful paper yet with because you do have 2 days left, today and tomorrow, to get some of this pretty paper that is left. Okay, I'm going to cut off a little bit. This is a 1 1/4 inch piece by 12 inch maybe. But I just cut off a little bit so it's not 12 inches anymore. Okay, I'm just making sure it's nice and tight around that. We'll adhere it down to the front. I'm putting the ends to the front because we're going to cover those up. Doesn't need a lot of adhesive, just a little bit, just to kind of cover. This is a card you would hand to someone, not one that you would mail, because we're using the envelope as our pocket. So there you go. Envelope, pocket, hole, ready to go. So let's just take some of this gorgeous paper and do some fussy cutting. This makes it really easy. You don't have to be a good cutter with the beautiful black background. You can just leave a little edge around the edge of your flower as you're cutting along here. And then it gives it a kind of a matte. It almost looks like it's been matted onto black. Now there's these 2 little flowers right here. You can choose to leave them or cut them out, or I'm going to just cut them right off because we don't need them really. We don't need them. Cut out, cut out, cut out. I love the black, really makes the flowers pop with that little bit of black edge. See that? Okay, that's going to go on the front of our card like this in just a moment. But I want to add a little bit of ribbon. So I'm going to pull in a bit of our black and white gingham. I think I'm on my 12th roll of this, maybe more, maybe more than that. Okay, we've got a ribbon. Say hello. Tell me which celebration items you've had. You got the Dandy Designs, Megan and or Mary. You got it before it was sold out. I'm not even going to mess with my bow. I'm just going to let it be the way it is. Just like that. Then before we put my flowers on, I want to do a little bit of the next piece. I'm going to move all of these pieces out that I've cut. You can see I've been saving some of these. I'm going to do another one with those colors. This is the one we're going to use today. All right. Simply take your card that's going to go inside the envelope, and we're going to put it right down inside here. You might want to cut, I noticed when I did this the first time, you may want to cut this to like 5 and just under a half to something else, but this is the actual quarter sheet size that fit inside. So I want to stamp right here in this window, but I don't want to get it on the edge of the window. So that's where the little piece that you punched out, doesn't matter which one you use, comes in handy, because you can take this and put a little teeny tiny bit of adhesive, just a teeny tiny bit. Don't push it down too hard. Put it right there on top of your card. Now you can pull this out and you'll know exactly where to stamp, because that is where I want to stamp. I am using, you can use any words that match. I just pulled out this Good Feelings stamp set. I'm going to use a thank you. We'll use this as a thank you card. Okay, so you can kind of see that's where I need to put it. So I'm just going to hold it right there, remove that other piece of paper, stamp it down. Perfect. Just a little trick for perfect placement. Waha, see, look at that. Love it, love it. We also need a little piece of ribbon. I wish I had some of my fresh freesia left, but I have that on order. Fresh freesia is one of the colors, this pretty purple, that it will be retiring. It wasn't in color, and it's retiring in May. Once the retiring list comes out next month, the ink and the cardstock and the accessories like your ribbon will all sell out quickly. So make sure that you have stocked up on those things that are going to be retiring, because you don't want to miss out on that. So I just took a little tiny piece, stapled it to the top of this card so that they know to pull on it. Now I know that this one, well, I'm hoping that that staple will keep it kind of in place where I need it to be. And I just realized I need another one for the inside. I need another piece of pretty, another flower here. So let's cut out another flower for the inside of our card. And you can even use the edges for this project. So we are really using up our Designer Series paper. Are you a user or hoarder of Designer Series paper? Hopefully a user. No, don't hoard it. Use it up, right? Got to use up that. Thank you. It is a clever hack. It is a good way to make sure you always have it in the right spot. So I'm really cutting this quickly so you don't have to watch too much. Let's see. So I think that's going to be perfect. Look, we can add a couple of flowers right there to the inside of our card that we just got off the edge of that piece of paper. And we don't want it to go too far over here. We don't want it to be seen through the little window, but it's going to be perfect on the edge. In fact, you can just layer them right up. Give you a little bit of room to write up here at the top. Put your peekaboo piece back inside your envelope. The hardest part. Okay, so here's our card so far. You can kind of see how it's going to be. They can see that. They can see that they need to pull on it. Oh, my eye's itching. Sorry. Now let's put on the last piece. This is the last piece that we're going to add to this card. And it's okay if this one goes over the top of that window, because it's not going to inhibit anything. So you could put it on flat, but since we're not, well, even if you were milling it, you could still use dimensionals, but we're going to use some dimensionals, I think, on this one. So that is pretty much, I'll show you an example using a different set of Designer Series paper that you can purchase. But why purchase Designer Series paper when you can get it for free during celebration? Okay, maybe you'll purchase some Designer Series paper and get some for free. I like and more than or. All right, pull my little cute little ribbon out, and look at that. Ta-da! So then when they get it, they can pull on the ribbon and pull it out, and there you've got a peekaboo thank you card. Isn't that gorgeous paper? I did not really love it, I'll be honest, to begin with. I didn't really love it, but now I think it is just beautiful. So that one I did with the favorite flowers that you can get for just 2 more days. 2 more days free if you would like it for free. You can't buy it, so you'd have to get it for free. But this is one that I did with a different shape, and I used the Hues of Happiness Designer Series paper. Let me get it up here. You are wonderful in every way. And I used the heart punch this time instead of the label punch. But so you can really use whatever punches you have. Thanks, Whitney. Aw, you're so sweet. And there you go. You are wonderful in every way. So you could hand this with, some cookies or a thank you or birthday. If you were handing a birthday card, you wanted to make sure that they really packed a punch, so to speak. All right, so there's our thank you one and our other one. So you can kind of see it really is a versatile design, a little peekaboo pocket. Okay, you have just 2 more days. Go get your pretty paper for free, or you can buy some, and get some free at Creative Juice by Lonnie. Let me give you that so that you know where you're going to find it. With every $50 that you purchase, you get to choose something for free through the end of February 2023. And this is one of the products you could choose free. If you order $100, you could choose 2 packs of different styles. This is just one of those samples. So you could buy this, get this one free. Well, with a couple of other things, like some stamps and ink and envelopes. Grab your envelopes and some ribbon, and you'll be ready to go with those adorable peekaboo cards. All right, we'll be back next Monday. Thank you for joining me, and thank you for commenting and sharing with your friends who are crafty. I sure appreciate you sharing it. That's how we get the good news out of a happy hobby. Thank you so much. See you next Monday.